Hey guys, Tyro here, bringing you a 1v1 today. We are on Kholodny Ferma, playing for today's spawning on the right. We have TarNation as OKW, and his loadout is Luftwaffe ground forces, fortifications, and breakthrough. Let's go up against them. On the left we have PauL as the Soviets, who straight away locked in advanced warfare. Used to be a little bit less popular than some of the other commanders, but still has PPSH conscripts, radio intercept, very helpful. Scouting out your opponent's build order, of course. Then you've got the T-3485, always nice. Unfortunately, the IL-2 strafe on this is pretty awful, but everything else is pretty reasonable. Ranks for these two, PauL, I think rank 12 Soviets at the moment, and TarNation rank 20 OKW. So it should be a pretty close match. Anyway, we're seeing TarNation going very aggressive onto the munitions straight away, but he's taking quite a lot of damage on these stern pioneers. Over these conscripts close in here. I think they're going to end up losing unless the other squad comes to help quickly, because this is a very good range for stern pioneers. Just made a soft treat back to the garrison, but yeah, that close into the munitions point was fruitless. End up losing a couple models there. PauL now soft treating those low health stern pioneers, maybe do some capping. Conscript's going to go chase them a little bit. Folks, I think should be able to win this one. So the conscripts took a little bit of damage as they closed in from their cover position, so pretty good start for TarNation, though that being said he still hasn't connected his own resources, and PauL has got his fuel connected at the very least, so you know it could have been better. But the stern pioneers got forced away. They dropped some medic crates since they were super low on health, but 3 models. His reinforcement's been a little bit delayed here because he made that Volksgrenadier, didn't quite have enough manpower to reinforce this stern pioneer squad. And it looks like PauL got this under his control. He is on the left hand side, which is always a little bit of an advantage on Kholodny Ferma. Which is, well, the Axis usually get it. Which is why sometimes you see different results in auto match, which has random spawns compared to tournament play where you have fixed spawns the whole time. Often the map spawns, I feel like on a lot of maps, are a little bit better for Axis. So it can help make up for them being slightly underpowered. Big assault here from TarNation. Gets onto that cutoff, also gets the BP in the centres, which you need if you want to go for this kind of cutoff. You need that neutralised. And PauL getting pushed away. Doesn't quite get into the capping circle before it gets fully secured there. At the same time now he's got 2 squads down here. And for TarNation's resources, good allocation of his squads there, getting some harassment done himself, putting a mine down as well. Got 1 squad coming down here. Should be able to beat this conscript squad, who's generally it's better to be on this side more. You can still have 1 man in the capping circle if they wide this off. Looks like TarNation not even going to push down there, though, perhaps worried there might be more than just these 2 kind of low health, low combat strength squads.
Our territory is falling into enemy hands.
Just going to try hold on to his cutoff here. Okay, so PauL's got the medics. He hasn't got his tech up yet, so he's a bit late on that. And he's floating quite a lot of manpower. Now he's got 2 squads. He's going to try and make a push. Conscripts going for the cap, trying to stand on the very outside of the range. Second squad arrives and forces away that Auxiliary. Yeah, pushes onto his fuel. Full squad's actually retreating all the way back. It does require a bit of healing. Just ready to squeak around so he can engage on the munitions. So you find he's heading over to this squad though. But we're going to force it away. Do you have Molotovs? No, no Molotovs. Generally when I see 4 conscripts, I feel like it's worthwhile getting Molotovs. So away the Stern Pioneers. See, this is a really good position for a Molotov, but it doesn't have them unlocked. So he has to cross all the way up, taking a lot of fire in the meantime, but should be able to win this. You know, only 3 models firing here versus the 6, even though they're close to half health. These conscripts staying at high models, keeping their damage per second. Flak half track coming in for TarNation, a little bit late, but not too bad. Meanwhile, we've got a Maxim for PauL. Finally getting that out. He's also putting down his tier 3. Was a bit slow getting his tier 2 down, but his tier 3 is going to be up in a really good timing, so it's basically as soon as he gets the resources he'll be able to build whatever he wants to from there. Black half track going on the aggressive once again. TarNation going for the cut-offs. Half track though is not terribly strong against units and buildings. If this was a Maxim in the building, it actually beat Flak half track. But this is also the right side to be engaging from if you want to fight this building. It's got 4 windows reasonably close together, so Flak half track can actually get some damage done. Because I believe this patch they changed it. Used to only damage 1 model in the building. I think this last patch they changed it so it can damage multiple at once. Our track going after those combat engineers, looks like. Gotta be very careful though that you don't get ambushed behind this fence and take anti-tank grenades. We don't see from PauL. This is always the question, like, am I so far behind that I need to take anti-tank grenades, or can I wait for a light vehicle? For my tech structure, it looks like he's going to go for the light vehicle route. But he is struggling, you know, he doesn't have control of his fuel, so it's dripping in. It's going to be another minute before he can afford a T-70 if that's what he's going for. We have a Raketen now. This is very essential when in the Flak half track. You've got to have it escorted by a Raketen and a Volksgrenadier for the Faust, otherwise it can go down very easily to your opponent's light vehicle once it hits the field. PauL getting aggressive with his Maxim as well, putting it into the church. Goes for the cutoff, gets that. Does have secured the central VP, so that is actually an effective cutoff as well. Raketen trying to escort, but takes a lot of damage on the negative cover. In fact, may get decrewed here. Does get decrewed. Late retreat. And the Zis is there. Uh-oh, things going south for TarNation. Doesn't take a second hit. Oh, I don't think so. He tries to set up there briefly. He's still driving upwards. PauL could get on the flank of this here. Probably not now, though. He manages to recrew that before getting suppressed. Actually dropped smoke on that a little bit at the wrong time. It was a good idea to be able to recrew that Rikiden. Conscripts now. Yes, these CG Fox Unitors don't really stand much of a chance. They need their PPSH upgrade. Only one of the squads has got it so far. They hit the dirt though. I believe this gives them a 25% received accuracy bonus. Still end up losing, but it made it quite a lot closer than it would have otherwise been. And I believe that even works at point blank range. That does stack with cover as well, I believe.
Enemy forces capturing supply sector.
PauL going for the second Maxim. Once you get two Maxims on this map, it's actually quite hard for OKW to avoid, especially playing from the right hand side. Oh man, that MG34 is getting toasted. The kitten sets up and misses its first hit, hits the fence. So he's charging, trying to take out these conscripts. Force away. Oh, conscripts Ura into the building. Nice work by PauL. Kitten out here taking a lot of damage as well. He's got to keep that thing healthy. Oh man, the conscripts are getting shredded. Oh, when they go down.
The enemy has killed another infantry squad.
Nice work there by TarNation. Now he's in a good position. Threatening to flank the Maxim here. He's got his Rikiden coming out, trying to force away T-70. This is still there though. Didn't go one hit on, but the flak up track in big trouble. Pops smoke, but is now on full sight still. Oh, but I think it's going to get away. T-70 not going to chase, going to go for the Rikiden. Looks like that's going to get decrewed. Got a Shrew HQ up here. Look, after it actually resets up. This is very risky. Could go down to the Stewart. Looks like he's going to try crawl the squad in there, get the Faust. Can he get the kill? T-70 actually drives forwards. Ends up taking a lot of damage on its rear armor. Oh, critical misplay there. Took like a whole flak burst on the rear arm of the T-70. I think the T-70 might have survived otherwise, but he's not out of jail yet. Oh. Steals the Rikiden, aiming up the Schwer Wehrmacht Schlapper. That gets out of range in the nick of time. Still, PauL has to rebuy that lost conscript squad. Also rebuilding his T-70. Oh, and this is going down. I'm not sure what was up with that pathing. It's like reversing all this way and then... Nope, gets out of there. Switches targets. Trying to stop these squads coming out of the base, but not successful. They do come in their blind spot for quite a long time until they manage to close the distance. So I'm trying to set up here on the negative cover. Uh-oh. Yeah, has to retreat. Maybe he's trying to monitor this engagement, which seems to be going quite well for the Maxim. Tier 4 Tech going down. Will this be spotted by PauL's T-70? Doesn't look like it. Yeah, Tier 4 might go up, and that's pretty good. Because it looks like PauL's about to make a push onto the cutoff, and if the Tier 4 is up when that push happens, it's probably actually going to be secure. This is a very fragile time for OKW.
Command has been set. The static post is now in
It's the
operation.
dirt in front of the MG34. Taking a lot of damage though.
Raketenwerfer ready.
Squad back to full strength.
T4 is up though. Oh, did he lose his combat engineers to it? He might have done, right? I wasn't paying attention, but it looks like that's a... Why are those corpses disappearing? Oh, I'm going to have to look at that later. I think the NVIDIA's changing my graphics settings with their drivers, which is always annoying.
Target secure. Get fire on that infantry!
Oh, looks like PauL setting up a siege here on this tech structure. Kitten got a little bit too close though. You try to set up this kind of siege though, you really need a machine gun to defend your anti-tank guns, stop against exactly this happening.
The enemy has silenced one of our
Also
anti-tank
needs
guns.
the T-70 to not be on recon mode so he can kill these squads, but he's gonna leave it on recon mode. Just try to get the kill with the Zis. Zis I think needs one more hit. Yes, he steals back the Rakitten. Oh, but the Zis doesn't get the final blow. T-70 goes in, needs one more hit, and he gets it.
Air support is available.
T-70 takes engine damage, but the Rakitten gets decrewed. And in come the PPSH conscripts to clean up. Wow, that was close. That was so close.
Our territory
I think
is falling
TarNation
under
they're
attack.
trying to take the Rakitten and retreating that Volkswagen squad perhaps was his undoing.
A sector has been cut off.
Either way, he's got control of all these resources, but that's a big loss, man, losing your tech structure like that. That is a big loss. 120 fuel, well, more than that, 135 fuel down the drain. When you include the truck as well.
Attack gun is ready for orders.
Goes for another Rakitten.
Replacements have arrived.
So T-70 is going to be haunting him. Still, TarNation's got a lot of the map under his control. So at least he's got a lot of resources coming in. Is T-70 trying to stop this push back onto the field? Now the problem here, he's got Flak Architect's rear armor facing the Maxim. That's making it a lot easier for the Maxim. Getting lines up its hit. Oh, Stern Pioneer's here. But conscripts don't change targets and they are getting shredded because of it. Could actually go down. And do. Late retreat there by PauL.
Has been killed. Death before retreat.
Rakitten comes back in. What is he doing? Oh, that is dead. That is a horrible miss micro. Perhaps he's trying to do something up here, but
Enemy forces are attempting to
ends up costing himself. Oh, but the MG34 gets out, doesn't retreat. It's going to go down to the PPSH conscripts.
We lost a gun crew.
So both of them losing units here. So that's triple machine gun for PauL. That is going to be incredibly hard for TarNation to avoid. I think he has to go for an infantry support gun now because against 3 machine guns and 2 anti-tank guns, he needs indirect fire.
Combat engineers are standing by.
Here comes some Fallschirmjäger. This is probably a pretty decent idea. Here comes another tech truck as well.
The enemy is encroaching on our territory.
What's he going to go for? Is he going to try to go straight for the King Tiger? I don't think he has to go straight for the King Tiger here. I think he still has time to go for tier 4 and go for a tank from it, because remember, PauL did go for 2 T-70s. If he only went for the one, TarNation would be quite far behind, but because he went for two and he lost the second one pretty much for free, TarNation's still within taking range. Doesn't have to get too desperate. So he's going to try to steal the Zis away, and I think it's going to be successful.
We are losing supplies to the enemy.
So there's not much to stop him.
Supply lines have been cut.
Aircraft track coming in, but takes a Raketin shot straight away, pops smoke. Will we get the attack round? Does go for it, but does not land.
Close air support is available.
So see, trying to use his Rakitins to cap here. That's a pretty good idea. PauL putting that Maxim in the building right outside his base again.
The sector is at risk.
Because he doesn't have any indirect fire to deal with it. Here up his flak half track while regathering his cutoff. Good move, but PauL is pushing out. Looks like he's going to secure his side again. TarNation's been very aggressive though this game. Incendiary grenades flushes that squad out, but in comes some IL-2 action. I think it's coming in from the far side. Doing a decent amount of damage. There's 9 munitions for 3 models. Not particularly profitable. Three anti-tank guns for TarNation. Perhaps he'd be better served using the Zis barrage. This is indirect fire. It might work. This barrage pretty good at the moment.
Enemy forces are capturing our supplies.
Try and put up some extra sandbags here in the center whilst he still can. Which will help him against the massive wall of machine guns that he'll be experiencing throughout this game. Once again going aggressive. Running onto PauL's fuel, which he doesn't have an answer to right now. Going to try outmaneuver him, and he gets around, forcing away the stolen G34. He's going aggressive with all these anti-tank guns. He's going to try to do the back capping with the anti-tank guns, making the most of them, occupying his army supplies. It's really good from TarNation. Especially with the Rakitins, it's really helpful because, of course, they can retreat, so you don't risk turning them over to your opponent. But oh, the PPSH conscripts here doing some good body blocking, probably going to get the wipe. There it goes, that squad. That's the first infantry squad we've seen TarNation lose. Lost a few team weapons, but I don't think he's lost any infantry until now. Anyway, TarNation has got his tier 4 up, covering the garrison. PauL keeps trying to steal. Oh, what's he doing here? He's got his flak half track in a precarious position. Conscripts ooh-ahing. Gonna get the anti-tank grenade off. But I think it's gonna be able to limp away. I'm not sure though. Here comes the Raketin. And that flak half track is really slow with engine damage. It is crawling away. Raketin on the hunt. We've got T-34 coming now as well. It's calling on the smoke. Panther 4 is here, so is the Raketin. But I think that's going to be the end of the flak half track. There it goes. Good chase by PauL. somehow that Raketen shot looks like it hit, but missed. And what was that? Oh my god. Oh, there was another anti-tanker down here. But, oh my god, that penetrated. That ram penetrated the Panzer IV. Panzer IV looks like it's going to go down. It's on the road, so it's a little bit faster, even with the damaged engine. Oh, and it gets a juicy hit. That's going to clear out the Raketen. What a turn of events. Looks like a squad went down uphill. Perhaps. What's this was going on? No, maybe not. No, yes, the Fallschirmjäger went down up there. That's what it was. So TarNation's done some good moves, but PauL's still fighting strong and wiping those Fallschirmjäger. Big pickup. The TarNation did keep his Panzer IV at the very least. Got a little bit of variancy as well.
The hard part will be keeping it.
AT gun is ready for combat.
We are bleeding, comrade.
PauL's still quite far away from another tank, however. You know, he's been disconnected a long time. Still has only just reconnected his fuel now. But TarNation's been really aggressive at harassing PauL's fuel. So this could be a point for TarNation to start to take over the game with his Panzer IV for the next minute or two, until PauL has enough resources himself. Or did PauL does this, and he's still got 3 conscripts for anti-tank grenades. One thing PauL's not doing much is using URA here to close in with his PPSH conscripts. He could be winning these engagements a lot more. He used a bit more URA, save himself a little bit of manpower. As IV comes forwards, gonna take another Zis shot, it looks like. Or not.
Supply sector under attack. Sturmovik close air support is available.
U5P pushing away the machine guns though. He's going aggressive onto the fuel again. PauL once again branching out to the south. But you know, losing control of his resources at the same time. TarNation seems to be happy with these kind of trades.
The sector is at risk. We have an isolated sector.
PauL going on to the cutoff here. Now the tier 4 tech can't defend against these kind of harassing plays. Panzer IV's heading down that way. That was a close one. So the STG Fox just win it. And actually forces away that squad of combat engineers before they get them neutralized there, so that's actually a really big deal. PauL still has control of that central VP. So all those points in the south for TarNation would have been cut off. Another Panzer IV coming in for TarNation. PauL's gone for a second Zis, which I think is the right response. The fact that he's gone for the second Zis though makes me think he's probably going to go for a T-34 next, instead of a Su-85. This lines up, bounces its first shot. Panzer IV never actually got repaired. Takes an extra shot to destroy the building. But doubles this here, that one misses. Second one hits, Panzer IV could be in jeopardy here. Not sure he has sight. Oh, and it goes down. Doubles this, takes care of the Panzer IV. That was a really bad time for it to go down. That was, you know, if TarNation got the second Panzer IV out. Probably could have overwhelmed this position completely, but now with that second B4 dead, he's in trouble. I don't think he even used Blitz on it. Try to get away a bit faster. Second Panzer IV is just going in here. This is very reckless. I would not advise doing this. Makes a lot more sense when you have two Panzer IVs, but when you got just the one, this doesn't really make sense. If he takes engine damage here, this could be the end. It's calling the smoke though. Conscripts don't get there in time to get the anti-tank grenade off. Yeah, very reckless. Managed to clear out the Maxim. It looks like his Obers went down as well whilst this was going on. Obers were up here. Looks like maybe they went down to these PP6 conscripts. So TarNation seems to be having a bit of trouble here. PauL putting on a lot of pressure, needs to micro on multiple fronts. And when there is engagements going on in, you know, like 3 different areas of the map, it seems to be PauL that's coming out on top. Rebuilding the Obers now. It looks like things starting to stabilize for PauL after taking down the Obers and that Panzer IV. This is where things really get hard for the right hand side on Kholodny Ferma, because the left hand side's control of the central VP is just so much better. Got this like tiny avenue to come through if you're the right hand side, whereas you've got this whole like massive arc here versus this, which is just have like a machine gun here pointing here and machine gun over here. It's just like so hard to push into the center. Going for the top is also quite risky. But he's bringing up a Raketen here for the journey, and that's a good decision. Otherwise this T-34 could destroy these squads. T-34 is coming up. It's actually in risk of taking engine damage from a Faust as well. Raketen is there. Scripts hit the dirt. This is actually a full infantry push from TarNation, but these are some highly vetted PPSH conscripts. They're in here to do some damage, but here comes the Panzer IV just in the nick of time. Conscripts going to get double anti-tank grenades off here though, get the engine damage on it. Looks like TarNation's going to hang on here. Yeah, it is. Yeah, it's like, where's Steampunny's going? They need to get the repairs off. He's got 2 VPs under his control. VP's very close to even, 247 to 258. Army supplies also quite similar. But TarNation's in that tricky spot. You know, those Obers on the field. But they're up against these highly vetted PPSH conscripts, and until the Obers hit Vet 2, PPSH cons can bully them around a bit. Is PauL gonna try set up a siege on this Tier 4 tech again? He's got 2 anti-tank guns pointed in a direction. He's also got a lot of mines here, so the Panzer IV really outflank them.
We are losing supplies to the enemy.
PauL going for the south once again. This time with a Maxim. Only got the one combat engineer though at the moment. Oh, he's got constant repairs. I forgot about that. I used to actually use this commander a lot way back in the day. But yeah, constant repairs are actually very helpful for making up for the fact that he's only got one combat engineer. I believe they repair at 2/3 or perhaps three-quarters of the speed of a combat engineer. I think it's 3/4 actually. Might even be more than that. I looked it up at one point, but I can't remember anymore. Tank grenade goes in, but lands just before the first anti-tank gun shot, so doesn't get engine damage. Panzer IV is going to be alright. Looks like this is going to be able to escape as well. Second Panzer IV forcing away that Maxim was in the south. Oh, and PauL loses that Vet 3 squad. What was that? Oh, but he's bringing the Panzer IV back in. Super risky. 2 assists right there. Oh my god. It's going to give me a heart attack. Please repair your Panzer IV, man. Oh, I don't want to see it go down. T-35 coming in for PauL. T-34 heading to the south, but it's going to run straight into this Panzer IV. There's a Zist there. Panzer IV going to win this. Oh! Killing shot bounces. Panzer IV. Oh! Gets the mine this time, and Zist is right there. Gets the killing blow on the T-34. But it's probably going to go down to the Zist. He's going to try hide. There's another anti-tank gun right there. He's going to pop the smoke, but the Raketen is wheeling its way in there. Panzer IV going to try and knock it out, trying to drive around. Oh, but he's driving too far away from it to position it outside of the arc, and down goes the P4. As this gets cleared out here, if he's wise, he'd try and destroy that with the Stolens this has got at the moment. T-35 pushing up here. Signing against it. He's actually going to steal the Zist. That's a surprise. But he'd be alright with just the 2 anti-tank guns, but he wants 3. Will he be able to get away with it here though? There's no PPSH conscripts here yet, but they are coming in droves. He's got 2 anti-tank guns here, but that's not very well defended. This T-85 going deep, going after the Panzer IV. As this gets one hit in, P4 gets another. Oh, but the SU-85 and the stolen Raketen take care of it, and it looks like TarNation's going to collapse completely up here. Overturn both of these stolen anti-tank guns back to PauL. And that was just an overextension by TarNation. I thought once he got his stolen that Zist, maybe just full retreat from that position, which is probably what I would have done. PauL just went fully on the offensive there, and it paid off massively. Take out the P4 and both those stolen anti-tank guns. You know, he only had 1 squad of obers to defend against that massive push, and it was not nearly enough. Kind of needed a MG34 there actually to try to stop some of those PPSH conscripts. If he had a machine gun there to help defend, probably could have stayed there. But yeah, without the machine gun, it's overexposed. What's TarNation going to go for next, though? That's the big question. He's could go for the Panzer IV right now, or is he going to go something different? Once again, running into another one of his machine guns. VSH conscripts close in to threaten the damage. That's why I said he needed ISG a while back. He's going to sneak in there with the Raketin. That's actually a good idea. Get some capping done. That's one thing TarNation's actually done really well. Make good use of his anti-tank guns for capping when they're actually not that useful. And I'm not going to say it backfired for him up here. This was just a general overextension from him. He easily could have got it out of there with both those this and his Panzer IV. PSH conscripts try and come in there, hit the dirt, but once again I don't think they URA'd in, and they end up dying. So, you know, there's Vet 1 conscripts versus Vet 5 functionary it is. See, that's one that the conscripts easily win. Oh, he calls in the IL-2. Pretty well avoided there, I have to say. Raketin just gets away. Here comes the fresh T-34 though, going to put pressure on these Obers. We do have a Panther for TarNation. Oh, and he runs over a mine immediately. Oh god, and he's going to go down straight away. SU-85 was in there. Brought out his sweepers right at the end there, but too late. And that's probably going to lose him the game, honestly. You really need that Panther alive. But PauL's been pretty good with his mines, you know. He's been planting them down here. He's planted a whole raft of them in the center. TarNation did get the mine sweeping going. But it was kind of fortuitous that he had so much anti-tank going in that direction all at once. Now TarNation back to the Stone Age again. He's only got one Raketin as well. One thing that TarNation hasn't been using much is the Valiant Assault, which is quite common to see people spamming that. Helps you, you know, run around. Tank guns gives you a little bit of a combat bonus. It's like plus 25% accuracy if I remember right. What's the way those conscripts trying to cap in the south once again? The machine guns covering the VPs though, so having trouble securing the VPs. Oh, he lines up a Faust a little bit too early. Looks like he cancels it. But still the Raketin took a little bit too long to fire. T-34 doesn't end up with engine damage. He's got across the negative cover here. This could be the end of the squad. Oh! T-34 snipes at long range. Oh, that was costly. TarNation is looking like this is going to be a slow death from here for him. PauL about 30 supply ahead now. Oh, this was such a competitive game. Very aggressive by both players as well. They both just continuously went for the opponent's resources with little regard for trying to defend their own. Led to some very entertaining and unusual engagements. But losing that Panther just so costly. PauL's got the triple cap now as well. TarNation draining out really fast. Sneaking up his double Raketens here though.
The enemy has
Trying to make an
taken our
assault
supply
on this
sector.
southern VP.
It is finished.
Machine gun sitting up here now with a conscript sandbag behind it. Oh, he forces away that Raketen. But there is the machine gun back there. But the T-34 is going to come up, going to take a Raketen hit.
Encroaching on our territory.
I'll try to get the neutralized at the very least before the squad gets pinned. TarNation could go for a Panzer IV right now. Here comes a fresh T-34 though. Only one anti-tank gun here at the moment. The one's back in base. It's finished reinforcing, but incendiary rounds pops. This guy's on some negative cover, getting the pin instantly. Ober's trying to close in for a bundle grenade, looks like. Force away the machine gun. And the second T-34 could overwhelm this position quite easily. Conscript's so durable, Vet 3 behind sandbags. You just can't even make a dent in them. With the Obers. Getting tries to set up, but PauL making good use of the line of sight blockers. But that's the MG34. Force away the conscripts. Nice work from TarNation there. I said he needed a machine gun earlier. He's finally got one.
The enemy is down to 100.
He's going for the Yak Panzer. Okay, that was somewhat unexpected, but I suppose, you know, he's got two Obers. Maybe he can. He's got enough anti-infantry, but the problem is he's still up against 3 machine guns. So this is going to be hard. That's why I need the Panzer IV so he could, you know, flank the machine guns.
Yes, comrade. Infantry shooting at us.
Supply sector under attack.
But the Yak Panzer definitely safer. Strong rate of fire, as long as it doesn't get flanked. It's in a good position. There's one thing TarNation actually hasn't been very good about, his mine placements. I don't think I've seen him plant one so far. Maybe he might have planted one. It wouldn't be more than that. PauL does have the sweeper squad. Oh no. Bad retreat path there. Oh, he's calling in the airborne assault. Making a push. Jagdpanzer's there. I don't think this is quite deep enough. I think you need to do a little bit further into PauL's territory. 56 conscripts pushing in here. Oh, concussive grenade and the incendiary grenade. Force away those conscripts. Nice work there. A little bit of anti-tank fire lands. Just pushes Raketen up. More anti-tank fire lands. Tank destroyers trading blows. T-34 looks like it wants to come in for the flank here. Oh, Jagdpanzer spinning around. Getting faces up. It's too close to export. Doesn't really land too much. Raketen trying to get the capture here. Oh, but he abandons. So close to export lands there. And he actually gets decrewed. That was very unlucky, I feel. He was once again trying to push up here, but machine guns is in the exact same position. Shuts that down. PauL actually wired this off as well to stop the flank around this direction. Nice work from PauL, and TarNation calls the GG with that. So just you know, a couple things went wrong for TarNation right at the end there. Overextended with basically only one Ober squad defending just a very fragile position here. Ended up losing his Panzer IV, 2 anti-tank guns. That was a massive blow to TarNation. Then losing his Panther, just running straight into a mine here in front of ECU-85 anti-tank and a T-34. Not losing his Panther, and that was pretty much the game right there. Never went for any indirect fire. Try and counter these machine guns. The ISG's like, you know, it's alright. It's not that good, but I think probably would have been useful, even just for the smoke, to help push into the central VPs with the smoke. Did make pretty good use of the smoke from this though. That is one thing to TarNation's credit. But yeah, also TarNation, when there were engagements on like 3 different fronts, he seemed to lose a squad quite often. So it seems like PauL is one step ahead in in those kind of hectic engagements. Well, I'll wrap on that, guys. If you like your game to be cast by me, details in the video description below. Otherwise, I'll catch you all for the next thrilling installment. Goodbye and good luck.